here.
Yeah, just go there and then get your song and then go back there.
The show host is going live in less than 7 seconds.
Yay, good luck.
Yeah. All right, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to 106.9 FM, Fairborn, Dayton, Dayton's Right Choice. Today we're going to be discussing the Watts murderer. Okay. Dang, I knew I wasn't doing this right. I couldn't hear myself. Okay, there we go. Okay, so much better. I got it now. We're good. If you can't tell, this is my first podcast, so hey.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Oh, gosh.
What is happening?
You're good.
Dun, dun, dun. Perfect intro to this. Okay, again, thank you for tuning in to 106.9 FM, Fairborn, Dayton, Dayton's Right Choice. I'm Lexi, and this is Twisted Alibis. This is my first podcast, if you cannot tell, since we've also already had technical difficulties. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, I'm Olive.
Hey guys, I'm Vivian.
Okay, so today we're talking about, thank you again, Adam.
Shout out Adam.
Shout out Adam for helping me do all of this. He's given me specific trainings. Like, I came in here to talk to him, so shout out to Adam. Okay, let's go. Today we're talking about the Watts murderer, and if you haven't noticed, this is actually on Netflix. It's called, like...
I have it written down.
Okay, go
American Murder, The Family Next Door.
Okay, so Olive and I did research on this. Fun fact, Vivian does not know what we're talking about.
At all.
At all. So that's the fun part. So we're trying to figure out, do we want to start before the thing happened or after? Or, like, just start brand new?
I don't know. Do you want to go in the order of, like, the documentary goes in?
Yeah, we can. I just
Okay.
feel like it kind of gives it away.
Kind of. I don't know. You have it laid out so well.
I know.
You want to
So,
know that Lexi
Yeah, I
made
took
this
notes just for everybody.
It is a beautiful
It's like 4 pages. It's 4 pages. It's okay. Okay, so we're just going to start out. The documentary itself starts out saying, all material in this film are captured by police, media, or uploaded to the internet. Personal footage and messages are also provided on Shanann's family and friends. So this is like real stuff. Like, this isn't just made up. This is actually happened in person, okay? You with me so far?
Yeah. Yep.
You look so confused. It's okay.
I'm connecting the dots.
Oh yeah, you'll get there. Okay. Do you want to explain the family, Olive?
Yeah. Okay. So it starts in Frederick, Colorado in August of 2018. And it is Chris and Shanann Watts, who have been together for 8 years, and they have 2 kids, Celeste, who is 4, or Cece, and Bella, who is 3. So, like, little babies.
Little baby.
Little baby.
Shut up, Bob's Burgers. Okay, I think we should just go in how this is.
Yeah, I just think it's, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we're talking not October, I'm so sorry. August 13th, 2018, okay? Shanann had just gotten back from a convention early in the morning from a business trip with her friend, okay?
At like 2 a.m.
Like 2 a.m. So
Early.
Okay.
So her friend Nicole, I think it's Atkinson,
Atkinson,
has called her and messaged her several times within the morning because she had a doctor's appointment at 9. Okay,
and like
so
it was like she texted her at like what was it like 7 and then
7,
like
8, 9,
11,
10, like it was crazy.
was checking in on her. I'd be
okay.
like, hey girl, like where you at?
Like
Like,
frequently,
hey girl.
hey girl,
Hey
like
girlie.
that's a hey girly. So then Nicole goes over to their house.
Shout out good friend.
Yeah.
We're just shutting everything out. But yeah, so she goes over there. I can like see myself over here, and I just can't get myself. So she goes over to the Watts house. Okay, so she shows up. She's like banging on this door. She calls the cops to come over because like she can't do anything. Like
Technically, you can't go in there.
Yeah.
and neither could the cops until they
Right.
got Chris's permission. Okay, so Chris is the husband, obviously. Okay. So Chris had gone and left for work already, okay? This was, like, he left at, like, what was it, 5:30 or so?
Yeah, 5:15, 5:30.
5:15, 5:30, okay. So around that time, Chris shows up and allows the officers to come into the house, okay? He's freaking out. He's like checking around the house. He's seeing where the girls are. If the dog's still there, the dog was still there. The dog was not harmed in the making of this film.
Good.
I think that's
Good.
a very important note.
Very important.
Yes.
It was like Dieter. Like I think that was the name of it. Wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. And then he sees like he goes into the girls' rooms and he sees that like the girls' like special blankies are gone.
Like they're always with their blankies.
They're always they always have them. Those are what they have.
Okay.
Shanann who's the wife. Her phone is at the house, and he states that like that's her lifeline because she works online. So like that's the only way that she can do that stuff.
And I'm pretty sure she worked from home too.
Yeah, she worked from home.
So, like,
She did
always
something like
have
that.
a phone on her.
So Nicole, another male, I think it was Nicole's partner at the time, and Chris are all frantically searching, and so they open the phone and see messages from Chris and Nicole and like a bunch of people because they're like, "Where are you?" Keep in mind that Shanann had lupus, which is an autoimmune disease. So they were like, okay, maybe it was her sugar, maybe she like is like somewhere and like
Something
is
happened.
passed out or
yeah.
something like that. They don't know what is happening. Then they find her wedding ring in the house, which shook me because like to me, a good portion of the film, Shanann and the family were all happy and they were talking about how like Chris was the love of her life and like they were meant to be and like this one big like happy family.
She posted a lot about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is like my man, like this is the man of my dreams. I couldn't go on without him.
Yeah, literally. like it was crazy how much she posted about him, which good for her honestly.
Yeah.
Like no shame. So then, okay, the neighbor comes and talks to the officer and he's like, I have cameras that face down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so
Cameras.
So the officer.
She's like, ooh.
Okay, so the officer and Chris go over to this neighbor's house, okay? And this neighbor, like, just, like, seeing him kind of looks scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, looks a little terrifying. Okay? He's just, like, tall, and tall people scare me sometimes because I'm short.
Yeah.
So.
I'm like, yeah, you are.
You can, yeah. We're the same height. What do
We
you mean?
are.
Okay. So they can see Chris backing into the driveway at 5 in the morning or so, which is already kind of weird because we're like, why are you backing in the driveway? You were just like.
Right.
So then he says he was loading his tools, so like no problem because
Okay.
like from the garage loading tools in to go to work, fine.
Yeah.
Do we want to reveal this part now or later?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do it later when we talk about the final sentencing?
No, I think it's important to.
Okay. Come to find out from like this video and from just like talking at this section, Shanann is 15 weeks pregnant. Yeah. Yeah.
So they
Oh.
have 2.5 babies.
Oh my
2.5.
gosh.
That's literally what she said. She quoted that in the
Yeah.
She's like, we have 2.5 children together. Blah blah blah. So while Chris is at the neighbor states. So Chris is like acting there. He's like rubbing his head. He's like freaking out, like fidgety, very fidgety. Okay.
Mhm.
So Chris leaves to go to the house, and officer stays to like quote unquote collect information. And the neighbor says he's not acting right.
I know.
Right.
And the neighbor always knows something.
The
Right.
neighbor
He's like
always
everything.
knows.
He's like, that man, he's not acting correct. Like, he's never, like, fidgety like that. He's always, like, calm, cool, collected.
Yeah,
Because
because
a cucumber.
yeah, who the cucumber? Because he's like, Chris never loads his stuff in and out of the garage. Like, if he's going to, like, he'll use the front door. So
Mhm.
maybe he had bigger tools or something this day. Like, who knows? Okay, so that's day one of them missing. That's day one of them not. We have no evidence, no idea where they're at.
Okay.
How are you feeling? Are you caught up so far? You know what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Everybody else
Yep.
that's listening, shout out to all my friends that are listening. They were supposed to text me if they tuned in,
I want
but
you to know that Marty, my stepdad, was asking me about the call-in number. And he...
the call-in number.
Call-in number.
Tell him to text in the chat.
Shout out to Mom and Marty.
Shout out Mama Holly and Mama Shy because she's listening too.
Mama Shy!
Anyways, okay. So day 2 of them missing, August 14th. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to take over on the 14th?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is day 2 of her being missing. Chris calls the officer and gives them the information. And the officers send out alerts. They're doing missing flyers, giving them to all the neighbors, handing them out to like cars, stopping cars, being like, hey, have you seen this person? And like the neighbors are like, oh yeah, I've seen her on Facebook, and like
Mhm.
just like, oh yeah, I've seen her around. Like, is she okay? They're like, I don't know. So then they bring in like the search dogs to go search their house to like smell everything. And then if I can find my and then Chris starts getting interviewed by like the TV news station or whatever.
Mhm.
And he's like, I don't know, like, if she would have just left or, like, taken the kids, but he's like, the only thing that we had was, like, an emotional conversation, and I'll, quote, leave it at that. Which I was like, the first time I watched it, I was like, what?
The first time I watched it, I was like, they're divorced. They're separating. They're gone. Bye.
Yeah.
Done. Easy.
And he was like, we had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that. He was like, but I just want to see them again. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And then, so then it kind of like goes into about like the hard conversation that they had, about their marriage. They went to North Carolina to go like visit their family.
We should jump to the 7 weeks. Jump to the 7 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pause. Okay. 7 weeks. Okay. 7 weeks earlier. They go to North Carolina to visit
Chris's parents.
Yeah. Well, and her parents.
Was it her parents?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
The grandparents. The
Grandparents.
grands. Okay. Okay. So we'll do 5 weeks. We'll do the 5 weeks part.
Yeah, because that kind of. They were in North Carolina for a long time.
They were there like a total. I think it was like 8 weeks total.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they were there for a while, which is fine. But Chris didn't even join them until the last week that they were there.
Yeah. Which
Oh.
is weird.
Which
like,
is
he was
weird.
Separately.
I think like throughout the documentary, they find out that they were having like a like quote unquote find yourself thing, like let's be ourselves, blah blah, like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that. I don't know exactly what that was though. Like
Right. I don't know. I don't think they
It
ever
was-
really specified.
I know they said like we were trying to find ourselves and then I was coming to join, but I don't know. So jump to 5 weeks earlier before any of this happened. Okay.
So in North Carolina.
So they're in
Okay.
North Carolina. Shanann called Chris and he was like not answering.
Didn't
he-
answer text.
Nothing. Like he was literally like answering absolutely nothing.
Ooh.
And if he did, it was like, yeah, love you too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
already red flag. Like
Red
what are
flag.
we doing here? I swear I keep hearing noises, but like nobody like they're out there, but nobody's
It's so
knocking. It's
spooky.
okay.
Yeah.
It's because it's murder mystery, so we're being spooky.
Yeah.
Dun,
The
dun,
ghosts are here.
The goat. Nar. Please, Nar. Okay. So he texted her saying that he didn't get the calls, and she said, like, you have not called one time. Like, we've been down here for 2 weeks. You haven't called once
To talk
like,
to your
to
children.
talk to
Right.
your children.
Your 3
like,
and 4-year-old.
like,
That's crazy.
what? Like, how do you not? So
Yeah.
Chris then he said he felt awful and he was sorry. So like I get that, like maybe time flows by, whatnot.
You
I
fall
don't.
asleep. But like every day.
Right.
I know. I'm just trying to.
Oh, no. I know, I'm not.
I'm just trying to not,
Yeah.
give too many clues. Okay.
Fair enough.
So Sanan said that she thought he would act like he missed them, but she just didn't think he did, but he said he did. Like she's
He
like
wasn't-
it was in a text. She was like, I wish you would act like you missed us, and he's like, I do, I miss you, I love you, all of that stuff, like trying to make up for him. So during this trip, while they're there, but Chris is not there, Shanann and Cindy, who is Chris's mom, get into like this full-on argument, like
Heated.
heated over ice cream, like
Oh.
literally.
Right.
So Cece, their 4-year-old daughter, their oldest, is like allergic to a lot of. Cece's the oldest, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I almost messed that up.
Mhm.
Cece's like allergic to a lot of things, like coconut and almonds and all of the like kind of like
Tree
basics,
nuts.
tree nuts, like anything that you could
Oh.
really find in ice cream. Like you'd have to get special ice cream. So it was Cece's birthday, so they were celebrating that or whatnot. And Cindy, the stepmom or the mother-in-law,
Chris's
the mother-in-law,
mom.
yeah, Chris's mom, gave her ice cream that literally had like the things she's allergic to in it. Yeah.
No way.
I mean, like, obviously I'm not a grandma, but like I feel like you would know what your
Yeah.
grandkid is allergic
I mean,
to.
I agree. Like I know what my friends are. Like those are my friends, and we're not even blood related. Like,
Right. Like you don't want to, like, harm the people you love.
Right, that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Normally.
No,
Normally.
normally we don't know the circumstances, y'all. But then it comes to find out that Cindy actually did not like Shanann and was like lying to her face this whole time, saying, "Oh, I love her."
Quote.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
And
Olive
she-
had a quote.
Let me find it. So keep talking.
Okay.
Hold on.
So during this time, Shanann's like, "You need to tell your father that you do not appreciate your mother trying to poison your kids, like." And stuff
Mhm.
like this, and I'm like, oh my, like that is so excessive for what?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I found it. Like he had said like my mom or I think it was like the sister of Chris or
Mhm.
something. But they said like my mom just never thought that she was good enough for Chris. And I was just like, oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So it's funny to see how like one side of the family, like in the documentary, if you watch it, which you should definitely watch it, viewers. All 7 of our online listeners, we love you guys. Let's go. All of the time, like the whole time that we're looking at this, it was Chris's family that had a problem with Shanann, but Shanann's family was like spoke at their wedding, was like, we love you. You make our daughter and our sister so happy.
You're perfect.
You're perfect for her. So it's weird to like compare and contrast like how they felt with that.
Yeah.
It's
Like
sad.
that's
Like
it is really sad.
Yeah.
Like that would make me sad.
like imagine your in-laws like not liking you. That just I don't know. That makes me so sad.
That would
Right.
no thanks.
Yeah. Retweet.
Girl. Okay, so during this trip that they're still in North Carolina, okay? This is pre-murder, pre-anything that happened, pre-disappearance, anything. During this trip, Shanann literally texts Chris and is like, I understand what needs worked on and what's missing out of this relationship. And he's like, what? And she's like, the emotions are one-sided and it needs to be worked on.
I was like,
Period.
Right? Okay, so the last week that they're there, okay, Chris arrives. Oh my. Arrives, okay? So Shanann's texting her friends and she's saying like how upset she was that she wasn't embraced the proper way that she wanted, like when he arrived from the airport.
Yeah.
Like she was mad that he didn't like hug her or like anything more intimate than that. Like
Yeah.
she was upset and she's like, out of 5 weeks, like we've been gone 6 weeks and he has to be getting it somewhere else, something like that. Like she was like going to the extreme, which like fair enough. Like if my husband didn't come embrace me after 6 weeks of not seeing me, I'd probably be a little upset
After
too. I
being
get that.
together for 8 years,
I'd
you
be-
don't come up and hug your significant other at least after you haven't seen them for 5 weeks. Mm-mm.
I would be very
I would be
suspicious.
so sad.
Mhm.
Like it'd be like red flag.
Oh, okay, yeah, red
Correct.
flag.
Red flag.
Okay, so then later that night, okay, sorry, I just looked at my phone and I almost said my sister's name. No. So later that night, they're asleep, the girls are asleep and all of that stuff, and like Chris had gotten out of the shower and Shanann was laying in bed and she's like texting her friend like, oh, maybe something will happen, wink wink. And nothing happened. So Chris
rejected her.
He
What?
he literally, she texted her friend saying, he rejected me, I just got done bawling, like
He wants to do push-ups instead.
he wants to do the push-up challenge instead. And I'm like, oh, okay, honestly though, like, fair enough. I'd be so upset. Like,
Yeah. I'd be like,
so
dude, come on.
she's texting her friend saying like, I'm confused why he doesn't want to be intimate, and then questions if there's another girl. So at this point, she's questioning if there's another girl. And I love that we're like right now, I still have so much to tell you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, so we're back to the trip, okay? And we're back
to page 1.
Back to page 1.
Wait, no,
Okay.
page 2, page 2.
Page 2, I lied.
Okay. Page 2.
Is
Got
page 2 gonna give too much away right now?
Well, we're going back to present, quote-unquote, present day, right?
I think we should do 3, 2, and then 1, and then the day of.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Okay, so
actually.
3 days
Never
before they
mind that.
disappear, okay? Shanann went to this convention, like that business trip we were talking about, okay?
Yeah.
She wrote him love letters saying how she's gonna fight for their marriage and she was so excited to have the boy, whom they ended up naming Nico. Or it's later like established that in like the...
I'm gonna be honest, I did not know that before coming in here.
I swear that's what, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure that's what the name is. Like
I don't know.
because
But-
you'll understand and I'll explain that later, but...
Okay.
And she had like when she would like go live on Facebook because she went live a lot.
She was like an influencer. Like she
Yeah.
was like a Facebook
Oh,
influencer. Yeah.
So they were like, you know, we have 2 girls. Like Chris has always wanted a boy. I want it to be a boy for his sake. And then they found out that it was a boy.
And they were so excited. And the way that she showed him like that they were pregnant was she wore a shirt and it said like, "Oops, I did it again."
I thought that was. I
And
think
he
it
was
said,
like-
oops. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like,
So-
"Oh my gosh, that's so cute." Like, aw.
that is
Which
so
I thought that
cute.
was cute.
Yeah,
Very.
I thought so.
I think that's cute. I think any way to tell anybody that I'm pregnant, like, any way is gonna be cute.
Yeah.
But like that, like doing something extra like that, like that's more
Yeah.
up my alley for
Yeah.
real. Okay, so that's 3 days, okay?
Okay.
So she wrote these love letters, like several of them, saying how I'm gonna fight for our marriage. I love you. Like you are the one for me. You are mine. Okay, and so he's supposed to be watching his daughters at this time. Okay,
He had them from Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
she arrived. I think the 13th. Was that the Monday or was that Sunday morning?
Great question.
Somebody get on their calendar and go back to 2018. Let us know.
Wait, I think my calendar does it easily.
Wait, I think I'm
What?
actually gonna go do that because
I have like this fancy calendar app. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, what month are we in? August 2018.
I was like, we are not in August
Right
right
now,
now.
September.
August 2018. A Sunday would have been the
No,
12th.
So she came back that Monday,
Yeah.
the 13th.
The 13th. Okay.
So, yeah, okay. So yeah, he technically watched them until Monday, so Friday through Monday. But
yeah.
anyways, so he's supposed to be watching them this whole time, but he's like he has all these love letters. Like you would think no problems, right?
Yeah.
Like she's confessed her undying love for him, everything. Okay.
And they've been together for 8 years.
They were together
Right.
for a minute, like
Yeah.
a minute before they even got married too. Like they were like.
And like she had I think she was like in a relationship before that was really hard. And like on one of her videos, she was like, I didn't think I was ever gonna get married, but like I found him, and
Yes.
it's just like he's my person.
Yeah.
So you can see, I can understand why she said like the emotions were one-sided. Like
Yeah.
she's writing
Very.
these love letters, and he's over here not writing,
trying.
Okay.
not writing love letters.
Yeah.
So
Man.
okay,
That's so sad.
so 2 days before they disappeared, whatever happened to them. Okay,
Mhm.
which we'll get into like the nitty-gritty of like what actually happened,
Okay.
because Vivian, I think you're actually gonna be spooked.
I kind of already am getting that way. I'm like, what?
Crazy. I've watched it multiple times, and every time I'm like, oh my word, like
Yeah.
jaw on the floor, detached from my body.
Down
hits you
on the
every time.
ground, like.
Yeah.
I just,
Okay,
ugh.
so 2 days before the murder, so this would have been like Saturday, okay? I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Shanann and Chris were talking about the new child. They were like, "I'm so excited to have a boy with you. I'm so happy."
Yeah.
And then Shanann got like notifications on her phone of bank statements. Oh, girl, did this send her into a spiral? Okay.
Rightfully so.
So far, sorry, this like cracks me up because this is some stuff like I would do. Like I'm that Delulu. Like and I would be like- no, okay, she wasn't Delulu. She had every right to think this, but like I would do this too. So like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
even
I
be
would
mad
too.
at her.
I would too.
So Shanann saw bank statements that were high and saw that they were at Lazy Dog. It's a bar, okay? It's a bar somewhere in was it Colorado still?
Yeah.
It's somewhere in
It's like
Colorado.
a pub and grill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she saw that they were for like $60, $70, $80. Like
And
Oh.
I think she knew that he was going there.
no, she thought he was going to like a game or something.
Oh yeah, because like the meal, and she like ended up when she looked up like the Lazy Dog, she looked up their menu and was like, okay, if what, because he like told her what he got, like
It was like a beverage and a
salad
burger and
or
a salad
something,
or
yeah.
something. Like
Yeah.
not enough to cost $70.
Yeah.
Like
She was
that
like,
is insane.
what he ordered was like $30. Where's the
Where's the other
rest?
40 going? Like what is
Yeah.
happening?
Where's the money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where?
My mom said she sent a chat. Hi,
Mama's
Mom.
shy.
It's not popping up because that's YouTube and oh wait, hold up.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun.
dun.
Chats.
Chat.
Oh my gosh, she named herself Mama Shy.
Yes!
She said we're doing great. Shout out Mama Shy.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out.
My
We love
mom did
Mama
text me and she was like, I love it so much. Thanks for the shout out.
Shout out Marty too if he's listening.
Yeah, Marty. Our parents
Oh.
are so cute.
My mom just texted me. I sent a chat that you guys were doing great. Okay, but we got our chat up. So if you guys want to send a chat, do that, and we'll read them out loud because these are
Yeah.
Mom, send a chat.
fun. Where did we end up? Oh, okay, Lazy Dog. I get so sidetracked. It's okay. It's fine. Okay,
That's what the people are here for.
they want to hear our commentary.
Yes.
That's why we have 7 fans.
Yes. The OG fans.
Honestly, yes,
Who've been
the OG
here.
fans
Yeah.
They
who've
know.
been here the whole time.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
I think my mom just likes to hear me talk sometimes. Anyways, okay, so yeah,
Back to the
dang,
story.
I can't even find my notes. Okay, there.
Lazy
you go.
dog.
Okay, so she went as far to look up the menu
Mhm.
of the Lazy Dog and was like, okay, your burger, salad, and drink probably cost you $35, like,
Yeah.
max. So where's the other 40 coming from?
Right.
So then she's suspicious, and she's with her best friend Nicole right now. Like they are homies. Mama H said, "Yes, you are rocking it."
Aww.
Mom.
They both spelled mama like MOMMA
Oh.
instead of MAMA.
I kind of
Which-
like MMA. I think it's kind of cool.
MoMA. I love you, Mom.
We love you.
And Mama's shy.
So she looks up the menu, okay, and she's like, "What's happening?"
Mm-hmm.
So she's with her friend Nicole, and you already know that if you're with your girl best friend, you're probably gonna spiral so fast.
When Lexi and I are together,
We spiral.
It goes down.
It goes downhill.
And then the other one enables the spiraling. Like, oh yeah, you're so right for that.
So here's the thing, okay, just a snippet, because like I know we're supposed to be murder mystery, but Olive and I's friendship is so one of us will be spiraling, and it's 95% of the time me, and Olive just validates my feelings while I'm spiraling. I'll be like, oh my gosh, they totally don't like me, and she's like,
Yeah,
but like XYZ reason. It's fine. Anyways, so okay, yeah. So they're already probably spiraling with their friend. Like, there's some other
Rightfully so.
girl. Rightfully so. There's some other girl. Yada
Mhm.
yada yada. Like, it gets wild after that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the day before the murder
Or disappearance.
or disappearance. I didn't say that. Disappearance.
Okay.
Duh. Lexi just had that on her notes.
Sorry. Again, guys, I don't know if you guys can see this, but they're like
4
bullet
pages.
pointed out. They're
4
these are
pages.
good notes.
They're good
I'm a
notes.
good note taker.
Lexi should be with me in all of my classes, so she can take
Yeah.
my notes from me.
I don't know
That's
about
what I
that.
told my mom today too, that she should help me with my notes.
Yep.
Because
That your mom should help you with your notes, or that I should
Okay.
help you with your notes?
both.
Oh, okay. Period.
Yes. Okay.
Both.
Before the disappearance, she was upset because like she had called him again, and he rejected her because all he wanted to do was work out. Like they were on the phone, and he started working out while she was on the phone with him, and she's like, okay, like you're obviously not paying attention to me. What is up?
So what I'm hearing is that he's a gym bro.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely correct.
So during this document, there's a portion in here which we'll get into in a little bit, but just to remind you guys, we have like 25 minutes, so we still got time. We still got time, guys.
Okay.
Sweet. Cool.
But we got the good stuff coming
Yeah.
up, so that's
Okay,
my favorite
okay.
part. Okay. Chris goes through this whole transformation. He lost probably 50, 60 pounds.
Oh.
Like they showed his before and after.
Like they mentioned his weight. He was like 245 and then ended up at 180, 185.
Dang.
So that's like a lot
Yeah.
of weight. Okay. So that happens the day before the murders. Okay. So she was calling him. She was like, I just want to talk to him. All he wants to do is work out because he was literally starting to go lift.
Mhm.
And she's like, hey,
On the phone.
like, what's up?
like trying to maybe talk to your husband.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, yours.
any normal person would would. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Did we finish all of 14? We know we didn't.
We talked about the ice cream. So now we're going back. She's dropped off after the business trip.
Oh, hold up. Okay, so. Sorry, you're right. But there's a part we didn't mention.
Vivian just went. Oh.
There's a part we didn't mention. Okay, so while they're in North Carolina, sorry to the viewers, we're chaotic in here. We're spiraling already, which is why Olive's here.
Yay!
Shanann and Cindy got into the argument so much so that their the grandparents, like Chris's parents, did not show up to Cece's birthday party.
That is your
Oh.
grandchild.
And then
Yeah.
Shanann had gotten kicked out of the in-laws' house, and she texted Chris saying, like, you need to talk to your father. No offense. I feel like that's his place, but, like, not his place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I can't really do anything with that. Like,
yeah.
I could see it both ways, honestly, but
Yeah, she was just like, I didn't appreciate your mom doing that.
I think the way she worded it, if she would have
was-
worded it differently, it would have been better, but
Yeah.
she didn't.
But
so.
she's like, this is your thing. You need to take care of. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So, okay, so we're on August 14th. So the day after I know, I keep saying October. We're on the day after the disappearance. So day 2 of them being gone, okay?
Okay.
Chris is getting
I
investigated.
think we talked about
We talked about this part?
well,
No, we didn't. Not this
that
part.
part.
Yeah, this part.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
My bad.
So Chris is getting investigated by, like, they bring him in, they do all these things, okay?
Okay.
He told the officer that they were arguing before he left and that Chris believes that Shanann will leave because we found her wedding ring there, right?
Yeah.
Like, that checks out and adds up.
oh
Yeah.
my god, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That.
So that checks out.
Sorry, I just realized that.
Like, you didn't put it together?
Like I get that. And so then he was asked if he thinks Shanann had been with anybody else, and he said no. Like, he didn't think, because again, she posted and raved about him for like ever, and is like the influencer of Facebook. So no, of course she didn't think that.
Influencer Facebook. I like that.
Yeah.
Influencer. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's what she
only
was,
they
though.
only used Facebook, so like that's why.
Yeah. I just thought that was a funny combination of words.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then the investigator. This is where they come in to compare like their Chris's size.
Okay.
So the investigator compared pictures of Chris to now and sees that he's lost a ton of weight. So then the investigator's like, well, did you cheat on your wife? And she found out. Because what happens when traditionally in an investigator world, that's what happens. Like they'll lose a bunch of weight because they want to impress the younger, newer girly pop, which is what the investigator kind of said. So then Chris says, I did not cheat on my wife, but the investigator he said he was suspicious. Like that just makes me like concerned. So Chris agreed to do a polygraph. And if you don't know what polygraph is, basically they can ask you questions and they can determine based off of like your blood pressure, your heart rate, and how you say things, like if you're lying or not.
I took one.
Yeah, I had to take
it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had to take a voice stress test.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about it. So
I want to hear.
Not on the podcast.
No, I'm kidding.
So Agent Lee, who was the person that was investigating Chris, calls Luke, who's Chris's supervisor. Okay.
Luke Epple. I wrote his
Luke
name
Epple.
down.
There we go.
Nice.
And asked if he had any
Amazing.
suspicion of Chris cheating, and the guy was like, no, like I don't think so. Then the investigator asked for Luke to explain where Chris would be going on Monday morning, like where he would be going for work, because he like traveled for work and stuff. And he stated he would go to what is called, is it Cervi Ranch?
Survey.
It's this big like oil
Survey.
whatever.
Yeah.
CV is what I just keep calling it, ranch, which had oil wells, which is what Chris kind of did for work.
Yeah.
Like,
He was an
somehow.
operator of some sort.
Like that was
Okay.
So already I'm like, okay. And in the picture, like in the documentary, you can see it's like a plain open field with like if you think desert, like tumbleweeds everywhere, okay?
Okay.
But then you have these two oil pits. Like
Oh.
big
Huge,
20-foot tall
vats of oil. Is
Yeah.
vats the right word? Big things of oil.
big things of oil.
Like big, like a water tower.
Like
Kind of-
silos. Think
silos.
silos.
Okay,
Think like
okay.
farm silos, two of those like back to back,
And
okay?
like much wider. Like big.
They were
Mm.
they were big boys.
Mhm.
Big boys. Sorry. Okay. This is where it gets good.
I know, this is getting to my
This is getting to like our favorite part.
part.
Not that we have a favorite part. I just
Right,
want to
it's
clarify.
like-
Yeah.
We don't have a favorite part.
the juiciest part, in my opinion.
Intriguing.
Whether
Okay.
Yeah.
So August 15th, okay? 3 days now. Day 3 of missing, murder, we don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
Chris takes the polygraph and tells the story before the test. So before they even hook you up, so that way they can know like what to question you on.
Mhm.
He says that he got up early and ready for work. They had the conversation about separation, and Shanann had asked if there was anybody else, and he was like, "Of course not. Like, no, there's not." And I just want to note,
I wrote this down too.
And while he's taking this interview, he's like, and of course, her being a woman, she asked if there was anybody else.
Oh.
And I just had to note that because, like, what?
Like
Absolutely not.
when I was watching it on Sunday, I was like, wait a minute, can I like replay that and hear him say that again? Because what?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
Excuse.
Excuse?
And, okay, I'm gonna say one of my my favorite people of investigating is, I don't know her name, but I called her the lady in the striped shirt.
I called her investigator. Oh, hi, Courtney. Investigator, like, polygraph girly.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I called her in the notes.
I called her striped shirt girly.
So,
Yeah,
he took the
She's
polygraph.
So good.
He took the polygraph, okay? And he said at one point, he's like, I just can't control my breathing, like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, excuses.
And we're like, okay.
The
okay.
striped shirt lady, she's like, I just want you to know before we start this, it would be really dumb of you to take this polygraph test if you had something to do with it.
Right.
Mhm.
She's
Keep
like,
that-
it would be
Keep
really
that in
stupid.
mind, because, like, they're gonna know. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna know. Okay.
She's like, I just want you to know that before we start. And he's like, yeah, I know.
So
Mm.
after the polygraph test, the lady leaves to go get the detective because like they still like go over results with you.
Yeah.
So they get the results and they bring this detective G. I didn't get his name, but it's
Hold on, I'm
detective.
gonna show. Marty sent me a picture of the vats. I'll show Vivian.
Oh, okay, yeah. go
Oh
for
yeah, I
it.
want to see.
It's like these big oil things. It holds like a bunch of oil.
Oh my god. What? Just in the middle of the desert.
it's in the
Yeah.
middle. It's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Whoa.
Like I'll have to show you a picture of it later. It's
Okay.
literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Marty.
So yeah,
Thank
shout
you.
out Marty. Thank you,
Shout
Marty.
out.
Thank you, Marty. So they bring this Detective G in and the polygraph lady to talk about the results, and she said, and I quote, "I think you already know that you did not pass the polygraph test."
Oh.
I love her so much.
She was like the most savage of savage people. Like, she knew what she was doing, and she knows how to get things people.
Call him out.
Yes, we love to see
So
it.
Chris keeps calm, and he's claiming, he's like, "I did not lie on this test. I did not lie on this test." Which, like, I think you did. So she kept asking, like, "Chris, where are they?" And he's like, "I don't know. I just hope they come back home. I don't know." And the lady said, because he said, "I hope they come back home." And then the lady said, "But you know they aren't."
Oh.
And when she said that, my jaw actually dropped. I was like, "What?"
Lady in the striped shirt at it again.
Yeah.
So
Shout out.
then again with the shout out Mama Shine, Mama Holly. Sorry, thanks guys. So then Chris is like, "Can I talk to my dad?" And we're like, "Oh, go talk to your dad because you can't confess."
Yeah.
So, and this part gets a little trippy. So, like, if you have questions, just ask. Okay.
Are
So-
you caught up to this point?
So
Yes.
Okay.
Chris and his dad are in this like investigating room, like one of the boxes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a table and like 4 chairs. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris says that to his dad, it's just his dad, that he doesn't want to protect Shanann. And then he claims that she started hurting the kids, and then he had to like kill her.
What?
Yeah.
Right. Which
Like,
it gets trippier like at the end, like to find out what actually happened. So he says that she like kept from like, I'm gonna blur how I said this because I don't know if I can say this, but she like kept from the kids, like, I guess I'll just say it, smothered the kids, and then he freaked out and did the same thing to her.
Is what he said.
Oh.
This is what
Like,
he said in the investigating room, like with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then he confesses that they were at the first look, like so the investigator and the lady in the striped shirt comes back,
Mhm.
and she's like, they're like, "Where are they?" And he's like, "They're at the place I went to the first day." And then they're like, "Where? Like, hello? Like, where
Like,
is that?
it's
Like,
just,
what is
it's
happening?"
just field and 2 things. Like, where are they?
Yeah, yeah.
So then they take out the information that they got from Luke, who was Chris's supervisor, and was like, "Oh, they're probably here." Then
But he keeps saying that he was not the one to hurt the girls. Shanann was the one to
he's
hurt
like,
the girls.
"Those are my babies. I could never do that. Like, those are my girls. Like, I wanted them to not have any part in anything like this, and like, those are my babies."
Like,
Because
that's the
they're
only reason I
they're-
hurt her is because she hurt them.
What?
Yes,
So
like,
he's saying that she hurt quotations the children, and then he hurt quotations her.
yes.
What?
So he's blaming what had happened on Shanann.
And they were like, "Are you okay with like the public knowing that your wife like unalived your children? Like, are you okay with them knowing that?"
And he's like, "Yeah, because I didn't do it." So like the
Mm.
reputation.
Mhm.
Oh.
So he's confessing that they're in the first location of the day, which is that big oil tank company area, whatever.
Yeah.
And then tells them that the girls are in the oil tanks,
Like their bodies.
like
Yes.
their bodies.
Oh.
Saying, but he did not hurt the girls or anything. He just didn't know what to do.
Wait.
And that she's buried in the field somewhere.
I don't even know. Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So okay, this is where it gets kind of interesting though. And again, we have about 15 minutes just
Okay,
keeping you guys
okay.
on track. They interview this girl named Nicole, not the best friend Nicole, a new girl Nicole. It's like Kessinger is her last name.
Okay.
Kessinger.
Kessinger. Okay. This is Chris's mistress.
I freaking knew
Right?
it.
I was like, watch your language now.
Oh my God.
Don't forget to use the button, please. So Chris had told this Nicole, his side piece, like,
We're separating.
that he had 2 kids, but we were separated. Like, I'm separating from my wife, and they were seeing each other like
For a
almost the whole 5 weeks and stuff. That
Oh.
that the family was in North
Mhm.
Carolina,
Oh.
so that was why he wasn't answering, was because he
They
was
were
with
going
Nicole.
on trips, like going skiing, hiking.
They went like
there's-
sand skiing.
Yeah, there's like, and they had the documentary, like Nicole's videos of like.
Yeah, she
them
would make like
together.
videos like, "Chris, I'm so happy that you came with me," blah 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 blah.
Like
So I'm like,
influencer videos.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like for personal use because she didn't like. Post
She didn't.
them.
Yeah, it didn't
Oh,
seem like she
yeah.
posted it or
Okay.
anything. So, but yeah, it was So she was the one that went to the Lazy Dog with
That racked up the
Chris.
other
That racked up the
$40.
other $40
Wow.
when Shanann was at the convention.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
crazy.
Dun, dun, dun.
we need the like the Law and Order SVU. Dun, dun.
Sound effects.
So, are you caught up so far? You understand
Yes.
what we're saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's blaming all of this on Shanann, and he had to like eliminate her because she eliminated the babies.
Wow.
Okay. So August 16th, 4 days after, and they finally figured out what happened. Okay, they recovered Shanann's body. Okay, they found her in a field. So Shanann, what had actually happened, which we'll get into when it actually comes to like the day that they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But they find Shanann's body like I think it was like 20 yards away from the oil tanks,
Wrapped in a sheet.
wrapped in a sheet.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Buried?
buried, but like in
not-
a low grave. Like
Yeah,
a
not
low-
like 6 feet, but like,
2. Like
yeah,
Oh.
it wasn't
low.
like if you like they took like a drone over and you could see the mound, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah,
Oh. Wow.
it wasn't a lot. Okay, so he obviously gets arrested. Okay,
Yeah,
like
Of
duh.
course.
But there's no trial, like nothing, like no punishment is set yet. So 3 months after the murders or whatnot, he pleads guilty to all 9 counts in first-degree murder of Cece, who was the 4-year-old,
Yeah.
Bella, the 3-year-old, and Shanann. Was it also for the baby?
Yeah, it was.
It was unlawful
also
termination of a pregnancy,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 counts of unlawful tampering with the deceased human body.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to face the death penalty or anything.
So he pleaded guilty to all the murders and all the counts?
This is where it gets. So this is the actual story of what happened. This is what he told people happened. Okay. So, on February 18th of 2019. So this is what 6 months after everything has happened,
Mhm.
right?
I think so, yeah. So, around there.
Yeah.
Months later.
So 6 months after, they're finally questioning like what actually happened. Like we need to know the full story, like what happened. So he's talking about that night, okay, and he says, and Shanann had got home from that convention around 2 a.m. I think it was like 1:45 or so, but
Yeah.
2 a.m. just to make life easier. And Chris had gotten worried that she knew about Nicole, like not her
Side
friend,
piece.
but the side piece,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
side girl. Which, keep in mind, Nicole had no idea, like had no input in this, like had no idea that any of this was happening. Never said like if your family wasn't there, we would be fine.
Right. She
Blah, blah.
never. She was.
She
never,
literally
like,
thought like she was like the 2 kids are fine. I've always wanted a family. I didn't know about Shanann. Like she was completely fine with it because
Wow.
she thought that they were like separated.
Separated, yeah.
So
Wow.
Chris was worried that Shanann had known about Nicole. So she got into bed and then they were intimate. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
not gonna say exactly what,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can
It's implied. It's
Everybody
implied.
knows.
You
Everybody
Yeah.
knows.
We
you
got
can
it.
paint the picture.
Okay.
So then in the morning when Chris is going to work, that he then tells her like it's not working out. So after the whole intimacy
Well,
part,
like-
he was like, it's not working. So
Yeah, he's like, I want a separation. Like, this isn't gonna work.
so
That poor lady. Like, that's
Right.
only after, like, wait, how many hours of sleep? Like, 4?
Right.
3?
so not probably not even. We'll say probably 2.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Shanann's like, I knew there was somebody else, and he was like, and she said like, you're never gonna see the kids again because like you cheated on me, like I know. And he told her, I don't love you anymore. So then this is where it gets.
No.
So this is where it gets a little violent, just like
Trigger warning.
yeah, and just to confirm, like the views and opinions of Twisted Alibis are those of me, the author. The content of this program has not been reviewed nor endorsed by WWSU 106.9 FM or Wright State University. I just got to throw that out there now. Like this is all solely just us 3, nobody else's opinions. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Forgot to say that at the beginning, but it's there. So he is like, I don't love you anymore, and she's like, get off me, and he literally strangled her.
Like,
So like
and he then explains, like, later on, he's like, I don't know what came over me, but I knew it had to be done.
like it was like I woke
Bro.
up that morning and decided it was just gonna happen. Like I just couldn't stop.
premeditated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
premeditated. Already
Yeah.
premeditated. So then Bella, the 3-year-old, comes
Mhm.
into the room and she's like, "What's wrong with mommy?" Because
That
mommy's laying,
broke my heart.
mommy's
No.
laying on the bed like
Face down.
face down, not
Yeah.
reacting to
Yeah.
anything. I typed Shanann, but it says Shaman. So Shanann was in the sheet and Chris had rolled her up in the sheet, brought her downstairs, and put her into the back of the car, which is why he backed the car back up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But he put her in the back seat on the floor. So then he gets the girls.
This is what
like
really-
actually like
all of it
trigger
irritates
warning
me.
for all the moms out there, Mama Shy, Mama Age, like trigger warning for this one.
It's,
Yeah.
it's really sad.
So he
Dang.
wraps the mom up in the sheet, okay, and he gets Bella and Cece, who are still awake, alive. They're like, "What's wrong with mommy? What's like, why is mommy not?"
And he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's fine.
Yeah,
She'll be okay.
Yeah. Like he was like, "She's okay. Like don't worry about it."
Wow.
So the girls get their blankies because they're like, they never go anywhere without that. I got my blankie too. Mama Shy knows. And the girls are sitting in the back seat while their mom was on the floor. So like their feet are like over the mom, and they have no idea what's going on because they're only 3 and
Right.
4. They don't know any better.
Right.
So then they get to this like oil tank area. 5-minute warning. 5-minute warning. And he brings them up this like big oil thing. Okay.
Mhm.
And they're like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening?" So Cece was first, and he put the blanket over their head, and dropped them in the oil. So they ended up drowning
Oh
in this oil.
my gosh.
Mhm.
And then
And-
Bella's like, "What happened to Cece?"
Yeah.
And apparently, like he says throughout this part, he's like, "The worst part is I can't get Bella's name out of my or Bella's voice saying 'Daddy no, Daddy no' out
That's
of
what
my
I was,
head."
yeah, that's
Yeah.
just what I was
Oh
thinking.
Yes.
my gosh.
So like, that's crazy.
That's like, how do you do that to your own children?
Right.
Like,
I-
are you kidding?
Like,
Maybe
there-
he had in his mind like the ultimatum of, "Oh, if I don't have a family, I can be with Nicole."
Yeah, like that's the only.
Oh.
That's the
horrible,
only
but
reason.
like,
Like they were
Ugh.
completely innocent in this.
Oh,
Why?
they're 3 and
Like
4.
right.
ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they basically just like, go over like what he then did after he
Mhm.
like did that to all of them. Let me find it. He made several phone calls after. One of them was to unenroll the girls from school.
He made 3 phone calls exact.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
okay,
And then he called his realtor to start selling his house,
to get rid of the evidence.
and then to call his girlfriend to start talking about their future.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't that just
That's
insane.
crazy.
So then this last part is the day of his trial, which he got sentenced to life, like
Yeah.
5 counts of like
course.
life and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, yeah.
All the counts that
the
we
day of the
mentioned
trial,
previously.
Sandy and Cindy, the mothers of both Shanann and Chris, gave speeches.
hmm
Cindy was like, "We forgive you."
Yeah, I was like, oh,
I was also shook by that.
And whose mom is that? Is that the? Is that
Chris's
Cindy is
mom.
Chris's.
the one with the ice cream. The one with the ice
The one
cream.
with the ice cream. And then
Girl.
Chris refused to give a statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
Oh
is the
my
Watts
gosh.
murders.
And that is the Watts family murders.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
So I think he's still in Colorado.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
Jail.
so too.
I read an article, I don't know how accurate it is, saying that he has tons of female pen pals now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I read that, like, because I did just extra research. I don't remember where I saw that, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
Right.
and apparently when they found the girls, too, like, they were unrecognizable. Like, because, like, they were submerged there. And apparently they were submerged there to, like, distract from the odor of the decomposing body.
Oh my gosh. And drowning in oil and versus water, I think oil's worse.
Yeah, because if you look up, so here's the thing, if you look up Watts family murders, one of the like questions that you can like click down in Google is, why was Bella's stomach full of oil? Because she drowned in oil.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's a
not,
good documentary.
Not Vivian
but, like,
actually looking it up right now.
I literally am.
It's very intense.
It's very
I
intense.
think my mom told me that she couldn't finish watching it when she first watched
I
it.
don't blame her,
Yeah,
honestly.
I also don't blame her.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
that's...
And on Google it says whose skin came off their
Yes,
bodies.
I was gonna say that, but I was gonna say that too, but I didn't know how graphic you guys wanted me to be.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So- It definitely shook a lot of us.
yes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
What should the next case we
Oh
review?
yeah, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you want to chat in or comment on the WWSU 106.9 Instagram page, because I'm very active on there as well.
Yeah.
What was the series that your stepmom told us about?
Abducted in plain sight.
Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh.
That was crazy, but it's kind of like really graphic, so I don't know if we're able
Yeah,
to
I
do
don't
it,
know.
But
I know a lot of people just went over this, but like Jeffrey Dahmer, like
Yeah.
those cases
Right.
are like I don't want to say they're too good, but like there's so much things to add on to
Yeah.
it that like
oh my god, we could do part series.
And the
we
Ted
could do part
Bundy
series.
murders.
Ted Bundy,
Yeah.
Ed Kemper, like
Mhm.
I know these
Oh.
are famous serial killers, like I understand that. So like there's local ones we could do too. I did a class last semester. It was incarceration, like psychology of
Mhm.
incarceration, in one of these like podcasts that we had to actually do was talking about how in Toledo, so only a couple hours from here, like, huh?
My 2 friends go there.
Nice.
How in Toledo, one of these like priests like stabbed murdered one of their nuns.
What?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That should be what we discuss next
Okay.
time.
We could also do the JonBenet Ramsey case. So
The
we can,
what?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
JonBenet Ramsey, the little toddler in tiaras pageant miss
Oh
that
my
was
gosh. Lexi can react to us.
unalived by
gosh.
someone.
Dun dun dun.
And
Dun,
people
dun,
are
dun.
still speculating on who
Like, people don't know what happened.
her. Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Look it
that
up.
should be our next one.
I'll write it down.
Somebody text it to me because I'm not gonna remember. I promise you I won't.
Doing it now.
Well, thank you to our 7 listeners that stayed this whole time. We
Yeah.
heart
Thank you
you.
for
Yeah.
that.
Mama Shine, Mama Holly, shout out because you guys
Marty.
actually, and Marty, thanks for chatting with us.
You guys are great. We appreciate it.
We're just waiting
Squad.
for Adam to come in here because I could do it, but I get scared.
So,
Yeah.
so valid.
That's valid. I'm gonna validate your feelings.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
valid.
you. You're gonna send me into a spiral. Okay.
What was the other ones? I have the JonBenet Ramsey, the abducted in plain sight ?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey.
I was supposed to press one of these buttons, and
Adam.
I'm scared. I texted him. I was like, "We're done."
We're done.
Thanks for coming to my show, guys. Like,
This is
Thanks
so
for
fun.
having me.
I can like it.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be regular guests?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
It starts at 6 next week, though. So
Yeah.
to our listeners,
Yeah.
it starts at 6.
Yay.
Set your watches and alarms accordingly.
Yes.
I know. I need to start setting like
It's
an
such a-
alarm.
Adam's here.
Adam.
All right.
done.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, I think we're done. Oh, hello.
Bye, guys.
Peace
Bye.
out, homies.